Now the business, that is the business model, right? I mean, this is the business purpose. And business is existed 100 years ago also. They exist even today. The objective remains the same. They also want to make profit 100 years back. They also want to make profit even now. They want to increase market share. Earlier also, they wanted to increase market share even now. Okay, so what has changed? What is modern in this?
So making things
Way of operating a business. Okay, let me get you back to say this. We are in industry 4, right? Industry 4. So that means there have been 3 industry earlier. Industry 1, 2, 3. So industry 1 we know where the industrialization started. Industry 2 is where mass production started, right? And industry 3 where computerization started, right? And now we are in industry 4. Now computerization actually started digitalization, as I said. Somebody said digitization, right? 0 and 1. Computer talks of 0 and 1, 2 bits only, right? So computerization started digitization. And now industry 4 we are calling digitalization. So there is a difference. Digitization and digitalization. So what's different or what's modern? In the industry, say version 2.0, before computerization, there was mass production, right? And say company wanted producing certain goods, and we were pushing into the market. We wanted to increase the market share. Economics background, we talk of factors of production, right? So what are the factors of production? Land, capital, what? Entrepreneur. Land, capital, entrepreneur, and labor. Okay. So factors of production remain the same, or is there a change? What happened to the land? We talked of companies which don't own anything. Do they own land? But you have to operate internet in internet area, so you are holding a space somewhere. Maybe on a SharePoint, website or cloud. That's your land today. Right? Land was given by nature, that's a natural resource. Right? You still may have land to operate your office. But the cost of land, the land was limited earlier, now it is practically unlimited. Okay, and the costs have gone down. That is one. The second was labor. What happened to the labor?
the cost of labor increased with time. Cost of
What happened to the labor earlier and labor now?
More of the automations.
We are okay. To give you, to considering time. Now we heard of robotics. So what is happening? Robots are replacing labor. In fact, that is going to be the next week. Okay. Robotics. There are implications, repercussions of that, but we will not get into that. But there is some automation. Even the human labor is being replaced. But it can replace only certain standard tasks. It cannot replace your intelligence, right? Or artificial intelligence can replace human beings?
no sir. Limitation.
You cannot, because AI is again a software.
Yes sir.
Who is preparing software? The mankind, human being. So you need a human brain which is continuously learning and adapting. So AI is just a software modeling of that,
Human mind.
whatever logical model that you use to operate, right? So land we talk, labor is being replaced, the robotics, but we will still need labor for their thinking abilities. That brings us to the entrepreneurship. We don't know when robotics will become entrepreneur, robots. But as of now, the enterprise, human enterprise, it's a continuously learning organization as a human being, and that remains. And there was one more, capital, right? So we talk of capital is machinery basically, right? And human capital. We talk of human capital. that is intelligence. So labor and capital, labor is standard input and the capital is the intelligence part of it. And then the automation, technology, in short technology. Machinery is nothing but a manifestation of your learning knowledge in form of technology, right? So we had all the 4 components, we have even now 4 components. Now if you look at the changes, where the changes are happening fastest, the technology. Clear? So technology is what is happening, the digitalization happen, right? Is that correct? The labor, what is happening in the computerization, we said 0, 1, so the focus was on operational efficiency, right? We wanted to automate certain processes so that your productivity goes up, your operational efficiency goes up. Now with the coming of digitalization or industry 4, there has been a paradigm shift, which both our eminent speakers touched upon. And you know what is that? There is one fundamental change which has happened from the industry 2 and 3 to industry 4. You are all MBA graduates. Have you heard of Copernicus revolution? Okay. 1 month ago. Okay, fine. Now you heard of Copernicus for the revolution. You heard of Copernicus? Who was he? What did he do? He taught a revolution, a physical revolution. So what does Copernicus do? Now earlier in the ages, we used to say the sun goes around the earth. And what did Copernicus say? Earth goes around the sun. Correct? So that is Copernicus revolution in management. Now what does it mean? Till now, we used to say there is a company, right? And the customers are being served by your organization business. You are producing products and you are pushing products to customers who are there to buy, and you want to allure them. How do you allure them? 4 P's. You want market share, you want the mind share, you want them to make sales, right? That is what happened. Copernicus revolution. What will happen?
Customers are running the market.
Customer is at the center now. Customer is at the center, and there are companies around it who are competing for his attention, and that is what happens to you on WhatsApp, social media. You see ads, they want your attention, right? Mr. Tarun talked of place. So where is the customer now? He is in virtual space. You put a big hoarding of a product, and the customer is doing like this below the hoarding. He is not seeing the ad there. He is seeing the ad here. You get my point? So those investments ads are no more relevant, gone. Your customer is in virtual space today. 80-90%. You see the penetration of mobile apps, right? So that is one. Your attention span, if you don't like it, you will skip. You want him to make sale also online immediately, right? If it does not appeal to you, your ad or your offer, within 10 seconds you will switch. Attention span is not more than 10 seconds. And if you are downloading something, the download speed takes more than say 1 minute, you will close it. Okay? So you are the customer. All the companies are trying to catch your attention, right? To catch your mind share and to make and try to prompt you to make a transaction online. Okay? Now how has this happened? This has happened. Now this didn't happen just because somebody came and said no to prompt all the customers should be center. Did it happen overnight? It doesn't. It doesn't happen that way, right? So how did it happen? The technology made it possible. Okay, just try to understand. What made it possible? the technology. After the internet and then the social media, right? And all this happened in last 10 years. The first revolution lasted more than 100 years. The second revolution, which probably started in 1900, lasted till about 1950s or 60s, and then 50 years. The third revolution, computerization, started in 60s, maybe 2000 or 2005, another 40 years, and Industrial Revolution 4 has happened now. It is still happening. We don't know where it is taking us. We don't know where it is taking us. So it is mind-boggling right now. So what has happened is, it is the technology which has driven this, which has made it possible. And today customer is deciding what kind of products you have. He is giving 3-star, 4-star ratings, right? By word of mouth, it becomes viral, his comments become viral, and your product is gone overnight. Now, fundamental change. The earlier companies which are big wigs, and we took few names there, companies which are market leaders, right? Where is their competition today? A car manufacturer, for example, if he is trying to make a business planning or corporate planning, a business strategy, right? Does he, all of us, talk about competitor analysis, right? Competitive analysis, right? Find the competition, what is his market share, what is his customer share. But who is the competitor? That's a big problem today. The competitor may be somebody who doesn't exist. Your tomorrow's competitor after 2 years may be somebody who doesn't even exist today. Try to understand this. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Your competitor even doesn't have Uber and all that. Some of the businesses are wiped out. Right? So where does he come? What do you identify the competitor? That's a big challenge. Right? So you have to be continuously monitoring what is happening in the ecosystem or market. The supply chain has become digitalized. There is a collaboration happening, right? The technologies is driving a lot of things. So that is why startups, innovations, right? So very important. Now, madam asked me, so there are a lot of companies therefore realize that we must do something, right? We must do something. There is a lot of digitalization happening. Maybe $2 trillion are being budgeted for digitalization effort, and we are going ahead with digitalization. A lot of digitalization. 80%, can you believe more than 80% digitalization projects, as per some study, have failed. They are not yielding the desired results. A lot of investments are going on. Why are they failing? Only 30% say, or maybe less than 30%, that they are somewhere near expectation, but they are not yet stabilized. So there is a lot of hype going on. First we have to understand there is a difference between digitization and digitalization. Okay, digitalization about business transformation. The entire business, new models are coming up. Business, the technology is making it happen that way. It is no more optimizing. It is no more that you optimize your efficiencies, you optimize your processes, right? It is something creating new business models altogether. Okay, there is a fundamental change. New types of businesses are coming up, which were never happening earlier, happened earlier. Okay, so that is one difference. The second thing, as I said, is to understand in this effort where is it all taking us to. So if you see, the failure rate is very high, and there were some studies done, and there were about, so in 2019 only, the May report came in May, I think, KPMG report. There are around 12 reasons. They categorized into 3 categories. One is, out of 12 reasons, 5 reasons. You know, how many reasons do you think were technology related? There are business related, there are technology related, and there are some others. As I said, what is driving this digitalization? Technology, right? You need to understand technology. That is very important if you want to survive in next wave. So these technologies, we all talk of big data, we are talking data analytics, we are talking AI, we are talking IoT, right? So as business graduate, we need to understand what the technology is doing, right? So there are technical reasons, technology reasons, there are business reasons, and there are some other reasons. How many reasons do you think are technology related? The most of the reasons for digitalization projects not yielding results are related to business. A strategy. The digitalization strategy itself is not conceived well. Somebody say, oh, we are doing IoT, I am doing, that's not digitalization. You are creating a product, putting a technology, but is it giving you the business metrics? That's what I've said. Is it giving the business metrics? No, just putting a website doesn't give you results. Just putting a website or app, you click and you track your status is not going to yield results. Mr. Tarun also mentioned. At the same time, there has to be back-end systems in place, ERP systems in place, which will track your operations. Then only you are able to put it on the web, right? Just putting a request on the web when my delivery will happen or what kind of so is not going to give you results. So there has to be backend has to be strong, infrastructure also has to be strong, right? So now the single most reason for failure or lack of success has been the lack of understanding what is business transformation all about. And this is based on survey of the CEOs and CIOs. When they were interviewed, right, 40% were not clear what they are doing. Believe me, you are not the only one who are confused. People who are getting high paid salary, they are also confused. We don't know what we are doing. We are talking about business transformation, or are we talking about optimization, are we talking about business results? There is a CFO because there is a fund involved. He says, no, how much, my cost will go down because of this project. It is not about cost reduction, Baba, it is about creating new markets. But he doesn't understand that because he has to finance the project. So how is he getting convinced that this investment is going to give me new customers or new market share or very different. So there is a lot of confusion happening there. It is your new opportunities that we are talking, new business models that we are creating. The simple finance person will not understand that. Accountant who is going to approve. Because he is interested if I am spending 100 rupees, how much I am getting back. And it is very difficult to project. So there is a lot of confusion even at the strategy stage. IS and IT strategy or business strategy. You are going to study a lot of corporate planning and all that. So that is one area for consulting. Why you can relate directly where the consulting inputs or consultants can help. Okay, that is one area to demystify or to give you a kind of proper strategy. The purpose of digitalization, what it is going to do your business and how you. And the second thing was how and how to go about doing. The second reason was the second is about technology, which technologies to use. Now a lot of people, when a CIO sits in the office or IT person, right, they are also not educated. They are also, slightly high level. Sales people go to them and push their products. It's the sales people who are educating. If you go to a typical IT manager or CIO, he wants to understand, so you call 4 vendors. Okay, please explain me. So he gets learned. So his learning is from those vendors. Right? And whosoever is the best seller gets the order. But does it help the business? We don't know. So if I become Microsoft, fan, or you become technology fans. So I like particular technology. So there is a trap, technology trap. There is a technology trap. The people who are deciding themselves do not know about technology, and they are going to spend. They are going to implement projects. So who is going to help them? Consultants are going. Right? So technology and the choice of technologies, essentially. And the third and most important, if you have decided about your strategy, you have chosen the technology, now you are going to implement it. Third is implementation, the big challenge. The most reasons for failures, majority, are number 1, gone are the days of big bang. These days are agile. You heard of this term? Short implementations. Because nobody is going to wait for a product which will come next year. I want a product which will come 3 years, 3 months. Because after 3 months that product may become obsolete. Because I have to add new features. Airlines or all these people, they are adding every time new features. You see new features, new functionalities coming up in all your apps. They are happening like this every week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So the minimum cycle is 1 week. There are websites, products, services where the updations are happening weekly. New features are coming up. So nobody is going to wait long. So that means there has to be a team of consultants or technology people or business people who understand the requirements, who translate into technology solution and do it pretty fast. Are able to do it pretty fast. It's iterative now. It is not that I have given you something and I'll get something. What is the implication? As budding managers for future or as consultants, you have to learn to work in ambiguity. That's the bottom line. Nobody is going to give you very clear specifications. Okay? So this is an ambiguous world. The more you adapt yourself to take decisions in ambiguity, that is going to help you. Even in your first interview. Get my point? So agile implementation. The second is change management. There is a lot of resistance to change. Organization change management. You will hear about it. Human resource people, if there are HR people who understand this better, the change management is a big subject in itself. How to make people acceptable. So we used to talk of literacy, then we used to talk of computer literacy, and now we have started talking about digital literacy. It is more than computer literacy. Digital literacy. How many people really know digital? They don't know, right? Your mother perhaps can use the WhatsApp today, but she is not digital literate, right? So literacy to the extent she can use the app, but she doesn't know what's background, what's happening and all that, right? Or mobile phone. Consultants have a big role to play in digital literacy, spreading digital literacy to all the people. You know, there is going to be in AI and data analytics alone. NASSCOM has projected a requirement for 2021 or 20 around 2.6, 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs. Where are the people going to come from? From the universities they have estimated we will get about 90,000 to 1 lakh. What is going to be the shortage? 1.4 lakhs. Huge shortage. I am talking only about 2 skills. So one is they are not going to be from the universities. So that means the existing manpower has to also get retrained. And that is lesson number 2. In this industry, your education does not finish with college. You have to continuously learn and keep updating yourself. I do that. Right? Continuous learning. Be open. So, change management and we talk of digital literacy. So, these are the 3 areas in which it can be categorized. One is the strategy area. Strategy and planning. Corporate planning, normally what is the horizon of corporate planning? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, long-term planning, short-term planning. You heard of those? What is long-term planning horizon? More than 5 years. Baba, after 5 years, nobody knows what will happen. You don't know what is going to happen after 2 years. So you'll have to, that's a challenge. Technology is changing so fast. As I said, the digitalization has happened in last maybe 8-10 years. Did anybody see what is going to happen in 5 years, 10 years? Where does corporate planning go? Your books are not going to help. Take my word for granted. Your books alone are not going to help. Right? So, I think the whole concept of corporate planning has to change. What kind of planning we are talking about? Are we able to forecast technology? Are we able to forecast what's going to happen? As I said, the new business models are coming. Your car competitor may be somebody who is not even born. And in fact, NASSCOM and there are already projections that maybe 30% jobs, existing jobs will go by 2030. There will be new jobs, new types of jobs will come. So there has to be continuous retraining and reskilling. So these jobs are going to go because that is the way the technology is moving. Got it? So broad categories where it is used, and that is where the consulting will help. And then there are other skills. There are job evaluation. What kind of skills are going to help in future? I refer to a few, but at the topmost comes complex problem solving, whatever it means, what it is there. Complex problem solving. Second is creativity and innovation. Third is collaboration, coordination and communication, collaboration, coordination. Collaborate, because you are working as collaborative teams, you are working in virtual teams. I have worked on projects and I have successfully delivered projects, completed, customer signed off. I have never met the customer. My team members are sitting in Europe, we never met each other. Maybe we saw on video conference, we never met. So there are teams which are sitting, virtual teams, completing the projects, delivering to customer we have never met and getting paid. Right? Collaboration, communication. Because you need to communicate also. They don't want to speak English. They speak, somebody speaks French, somebody speaks German. So communication is also very important. You have to collaborate. Then different time zones. It's in different time zones. Huh? You are in India, you are sleeping, you are working, sleeping, but then you have to work together and deliver. So those kind of skills are going to be more relevant in future. Of course, doesn't mean that your basics have to be correct. Because once the basics are correct, the core is correct, you can build upon that. Yeah? I hope I have tried to demystify certain things, and I hope it is clear what we are talking about when you talk about digitalization. Yeah? Thank you.